With the hiring of Larry Eustachy as basketball coach, what are the players saying about the new coach? See what Greg Smith and Jesse Carr had to say.
And we're bringing back, in case you missed it, see if this golfer got that shot in, coming up. Welcome to CTV Sports. I am Ryan Green, as always, joined by Ryan Hillman. Ryan, how's it been going?
I'm doing good. How you doing, man?
All right, we got a great show tonight. We've got a CSU baseball player. He's coming in to join us. We got some basketball that we're going to talk about. The hiring of Larry Eustachy, if the players like him or not.
And another football scrimmage.
Another football scrimmage, exactly. And then we got, in case you missed it, coming up. But right now, I'm going to go join Reno in the sports corner. I will see you over there. All right, sounds good.
Alrighty. All right, well, on to some CSU sports news. The Rams football team had their second scrimmage this past Saturday, and the offense had a pretty poor outing, but giving up 27 sacks. The scrimmage wasn't quite as bad. The offense only gave up 13 sacks in the 148-play scrimmage. 6 of those sacks come from defensive end C.J. James, who played in place of Norley Cappy after he was suspended indefinitely last week. Running back Chris Woke did his thing, also shined with 130 yards on 13 carries. The Rams' next public display of football is this Saturday, where they will be playing in the annual spring game. Make sure you go and check out that one. Speaking of the football team, have you ever wanted season tickets but thought you may not be able to afford them? Well, today the athletics department announced they are dropping season ticket prices by 12%. Athletic Director Jack Graham said about the drop, "We're taking steps not only to change the results on the field, but also to create a better game day atmosphere. Filling Hughes Stadium with Rams fans is a prime objective toward achieving this goal." Now on to CSU basketball. The men's basketball team announced their new coach, Larry Eustachy, last Thursday. CSU held a press conference for Eustachy's introduction so fans could go and listen to what the new coach had to say. But CSU basketball players were there to listen to the new coach as well. And our own Reno Boyd caught up with Greg Smith and Jesse Carr to get their opinions on the new coach.
He's going to bring a little bit more on the defensive side of things, which we needed. You know, we needed to get better. Not that Coach Miles didn't, try to get us going on the defensive end, but I think he's gonna definitely bring elements that we haven't seen before, and it's just gonna benefit us, individually as players and then as a team overall too.
He's really excited by this opportunity to come coach us. It sounds like it's going to be his last stop, and he really has some high expectations from us. From seeing us play last year and even playing against us. He knows that this can be, a really special team, and he's looking forward to that.
All right. All right, welcome to a new segment we like to call Let's Talk Sports. Here with Reno Boyd and Ryan. Now, we're sports guys. We like to talk sports, so that's exactly what we're going to do. Guys, I have some questions for you about what's going on in the world of sports right now. I just want your answers on what you think. Okay, so we're going to start off with what we just left off on, and that's CSU basketball. Larry Eustachy is the new coach. How good is this team going to be next year, Reno?
I think this team's going to be very good because obviously, as we know, any coach that would have taken over, there's too much talent returning to not be that good of a team. And Eustachy, he really likes to focus on the defensive end of the game too. He even said in his practices they have no out of bounds. So the team's always running, they're always hustling. I think, and the fact that he saw this team play as well, he knows that they're going to be very capable of going to the tournament, making a run at winning the conference championship. So I think that this team's going to do very good things next year.
What about you, Ryan?
Totally agree with you, Reno. I mean, Ike Meyer, Green, Smith, it goes on and on, Iverson. All going to be seniors. You got to love this team. All returning. Look for us to go dancing. And I think Eustachy can get these players to go further than the first round in the tournament.
Let's hope. I mean, he set a goal for the Final Four, and I think he is set to get that. And if you look at our starting five, it's unbelievable. I think we're going to have a great team. Wouldn't be surprised mid-season we're ranked. That's all I'm saying. All right, moving on to professional baseball and the Colorado Rockies. The season is underway, and although they've only played a handful of games, we've seen the worst and we've seen their best. Guys, is this team going to make the playoffs? Ryan.
Without a doubt. I'm not worried at all right now. Yes, our pitching is struggling, but our batters, 1 through 6, Cargo, Tulo, Helton, it goes on and on. Kadire. You got to love these guys. Not worried at all. Pitching comes around early in the season. No need to freak.
What about you, Reno?
I'm not as confident over here as Ryan is. Obviously, I think that this team, They're struggling right now. Obviously, it's April. The Dodgers are off. They're on a roll. But, that never really matters because it's still early. But the pitching is just such a big question mark for this team.
All right, very quickly, NBA, NHL seasons, both coming down to the end. Let me get your championship picks, who's going to be there, and then who's going to win. Let's start with NBA. Reno, who you got?
NBA, I got Oklahoma City and Chicago. You got two players on Oklahoma City averaging over 20 points, Westbrook and Durant. They're going to be very, very good.
The Nuggets know how good those two can be.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, how about you, Hillman?
I'm going Heat, Thunder. King LeBron James finally gets his crown, NBA championship.
You made a lot of enemies right there, I'll tell you that much.
Hey, they got the best team right now. They're deep. Love them.
Should be getting their second one, too, according to all them, So that they
celebrate
their second
they
right
do.
now.
Yeah, Stuff happens.
All right, NHL, really quickly. Who do you have finals?
I'm going Bruins versus the Kings. They're about to upset the #1 seed Canucks.
All right.
Huge upset right there. And you got to love Zdeno Chara. My man, 7 foot tall on skates. Who wants to mess with that?
Fastest slap shot in the league.
Tim Thomas in goal.
How about you, Reno?
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know too much about hockey, but I think Adam Sandler once said, "Let's do it, Rangers." So I'm going to go with that.
That's
going to go with the Rangers.
All right. Well, Reno, thanks for joining us. Coming up after the break, Ryan and I will sit down with CSU baseball shortstop and ask him what this team has to do to win their 7th national championship.
And after that, see a basketball player dunk without even leaving the ground. In case you missed it, we have it. We'll be right back.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Bring out the action hero in you. Be part of the greatest action movie ever. Show us how you train and eat like an action hero. Join in at actionheroalliance.com.
Welcome back to CTV Sports. We are now joined by CSU baseball shortstop Colton Duffy. Colton, thank you for coming on with us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, now you guys have been recently on a 14-game win streak. What did that do for your season, and what was it like just being on a 14-game win streak?
14-game win streak, it's phenomenal. Really turned it around for us. We started off a bit slow, and getting on that 14-game win streak was really huge for us right in the middle of the season. Right at the start of conference play, really clutch for us to get conference started off on the right foot so that our schedule that counts towards playoffs is where we want it to be.
Coach Abernathy, huge guy for the program, 6 national championships. He leaves today. What does that mean for the team?
It's tough losing Abs. He's been our rock and really our leader for the last 7 years. It's been a stable mindset and really stable leadership. We know what we're going to get out of Coach Abernathy. And so losing him is tough, but our new head coach, Matt Reed, has gotten Abs a stamp of approval and is a lot like Abs. So it's really going to be more of the same, I think, from us. It's the same mindset and same goal.
Good.
Now, you guys are currently first in your division. You're head of CU, you're head of UNC, and you swept both teams. What did that feel like? That's got to feel good, right, CU?
It's phenomenal. Sweeping CU is always a good thing to do. It just feels good to be in control of our season. Our destiny is in our hands. It's, as Abs always said, control what you can control. And at this point, we're in control of where we're going to go as far as playoffs. So, we're happy with where we stand right now.
Brian Chuckrin, huge player for you guys last couple of seasons. He leaves. Who stepped up and took over the reins?
Without a doubt, Josh Airy played first base last year and third base this year. He's a 5th-year guy, knows the program in and out, and coming down to the end of his career, he's got a focus and intensity that is unmatched by anyone on our team.
All right, so the season was winding down. Columbus is in sight. What do you guys have to do to win your 7th national championship?
Really, it just comes down to focus. We got to stay right where we're at, stay in our routine, and keep working hard. We can't have any letdowns. We can't lose focus at all, and we just got to focus on winning the next game and making sure that as we get game 1, we get game 2, and then we'll be there right there at the end.
All right, awesome.
Was that all the time we have for?
Actually, one more question. All your games are at home now. What do you have to say to the CSU faithful out there?
Give them a shout out.
Hey, the weather's getting nice. We'd love to see more people out there. We got a beautiful facility over at City Park. Weather's warmer, and the team, we're putting out a good product on the field, winning some games, so it's always fun to have more fans out there.
Awesome. All right, Colton, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us.
Good luck on the rest of the season. And also, after the break, in case you missed it, is back, and we have 3 videos that you absolutely have to see. Stick around.
If you're looking for a new pet that you can cherish every day, consider adopting from a shelter. Shelters are full of healthy, loyal, fun, loving pets, eager to become a part of your family. A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet, so bring home your new buddy today. To find out more, you can visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Party. Glad you can make it. I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool. Not in my house, not anywhere. It's not creative, it's offensive to gay people. And you're better than that.
One of our favorite segments called In Case You Missed It. We're going to show you some of the most unusual sports stories that you may have missed recently. So, first one up, Bear Grylls, the man known for drinking his own urine on his own show, Man vs. Wild, threw the first pitch at the Dodgers game last week. But this is Bear Grylls. Everyone, come on. Everything's just a little more extreme with him. So he decides to light this ball on fire.
Coming in hot, Ryan.
Literally lit the ball on fire, and it was just his first pitch, which is quite ironic because a month ago, Bear was fired from his show after a contractual dispute. So no more Man vs. Wild, Ryan Hillman.
Sad to think.
I mean,
but how does his hand? How did it not burn?
I don't know. You would think he's got Vaseline or something, but that's impressive.
He is Bear Grylls.
Yes.
All right. Moving on from a ball on fire to a ball on water.
Oh yeah.
How there were tons of shots from the Masters a couple of weekends ago. But folks, check this one out. This one is legit. The ball rolls over the water and into the hole,
skip.
Right?
Yeah, now this is a practice round, so this isn't the actual majors, but they just kind of have fun on the 16th.
Yep.
It's going to skip across the lake here onto the green, and it's going to keep going, going. I mean,
I love
it's
it.
Amazing.
Ryan,
now,
how do they say golf is not a sport?
I don't know. I mean, this weekend, I spilled orange juice on my counter. I couldn't even get that in the cup. This guy skipped it across the water and into the cup. That was unbelievable. All right, last one comes from the good old Globetrotters, everyone's favorite basketball team, and in case you missed it, the tallest player, which they call Tiny, had an insane dunk. All right, this man is 7'8". Check this out. He's going to get the ball, turn around, and just throw it home. But look, not even off the ground.
That is ridiculous.
Not even off the ground.
That is ridiculous.
Now, for those of you at home, we're going to show you what 10 feet tall looks like. All right, we're going to go to our blue screen. This is our studio right here.
You go first, then
This light right here, the light bulb inside it, that is 10 feet tall. He is grabbing on that and standing on the ground. All right, I'm going to try and get it.
Do it, bud.
Not even close. Couldn't even get the ball.
I'm just going to be silly and try it.
Oh, very
even
close.
try.
Oh,
Sorry.
but still, that is pretty unbelievable. All right, well, that is all we have for you tonight. Next week, we'll have highlights of the spring game. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We're now going to throw it over to Haley Pennington to give you your weather update. But for Ryan Hillman, I'm Ryan Green. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
I'm Haley Pennington with your weather update. Coming off from a breezy and chilly weekend, let's see if this week will be the same. Here is your 7-day forecast. Get out those light jackets and gloves for Tuesday because we will have a 20% chance of snow showers, lows going down to the 40s. Wednesday temperatures will be back up to the 70s, but don't get too excited. We have a slight chance of thunderstorms Wednesday night following into Thursday, highs being in the upper 60s. But your weekend will be back to normal with highs being in the upper 70s for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Perfect weekend to enjoy it before finals approach. That's all I have for you. Thanks for tuning in. Come back next week for your sports update. I'm Haley Pennington. Have a good night.
Students are responsible for all CTV content, therefore they bear responsibility for the decisions they make. CTV is not an official program of Colorado State University, but is produced by an independent, nonprofit corporation using the name CTV pursuant to a license granted by CSU.